Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes, brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, your go-to place this spring for spring cleanups and for landscaping material. Whatever it is you need, whether you're a landscaper or a do-it-yourselfer, head over to Omni. 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. 631-756-1125 is the telephone number, and the website is omnitruevalue.com. Fairly quiet day so far across much of the nation. The only standout watches and warnings are in regards to late season freezes and frosts that are forecast tonight over parts of the middle Mississippi and Tennessee Valley and even into the North Carolina mountains. Otherwise, it's a fairly straightforward day across much of the U.S. There is some weather going on in a few places, but in the Northeast and down into the Mid-Atlantic states, it's a beautiful sunny day. Certainly going to be the better of the two weekend days. We have a system dropping down from the Great Lakes. We also have some Gulf moisture that is streaming eastward along a stalled frontal boundary that's heading up across the lower Gulf states and into Florida. And that's really the one weather issue that we have today. As we check out the radar, you can see some heavy showers and even some thunderstorms beginning to bubble up there around the Florida Panhandle and pushing into northern Florida and also back into southeastern Louisiana. There's some lighter rain up in parts of Mississippi and Alabama. And further north, you get into some rain and snow in and around the Great Lakes as that weather system pushes to the east. It's going to be another busy round of severe weather. The Storm Prediction Center is showing a slight risk of severe weather today in much of central Florida with a marginal risk in northern Florida, but you notice that it cuts off fairly quickly there. And as we check out the next few days, we're going to start to see a little bit more in the way of severe weather on Sunday. In the southern half of Florida, we have a marginal risk. We also have a marginal to slight risk in parts of West Texas. That's for Sunday into early Monday morning. For Monday into early Tuesday morning, a larger area of slight risk over central and east Texas across much of Louisiana and into Mississippi. And as we move on to day 4, which starts off with the period of Tuesday into Wednesday, we have already in the long range, and this was showing up yesterday on SPC's forecast, much of the central and eastern Gulf states and into the southeast showing at least a slight risk of severe weather being indicated. Wouldn't be surprised if we wind up seeing enhanced risks showing up when we get there. And on day 5, we're looking at another slight risk area for Mississippi, Alabama, and parts of Georgia. And that's for the period of Wednesday into Thursday, and then Thursday into Friday. We've got a small area of slight risk being indicated for coastal North Carolina and on up into southeastern Virginia, and a very, very small portion of South Carolina. And rainfall over the next 7 days looking to be on the order of 1.5 inches or more in parts of our area, eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England, down to southern New Jersey and northern Delaware, and also a fair amount of rain, 1.5 to 2+ inches throughout much of the Gulf states. So you can see some heavier amounts showing up in parts of Florida and also in the Pacific Northwest. So this being the better of the 2 weekend days, we're going to have plenty of sunshine for the rest of today as the high moves off to our south and temperatures move their way up through the 50s. We do have a weak low in the Great Lakes that is moving southeastward, and this is going to bring in maybe a few showers on Sunday. And in parts of upstate New York and northern Pennsylvania, it could very well also be some snow in the mix there. That low redevelops offshore and moves out. Will be chilly here on Monday, but dry, and then you can start to see low pressure that comes out of Illinois, extending down into Texas. That low is going to weaken as it moves eastward, but the system to the south is going to really start to gel up here. You see the yellows and the oranges there in the southeast showing heavy rains, and we mentioned the potential of severe weather. That rain will start to move in here later Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night and early Wednesday morning. as a low runs up the west side of the Appalachians and develops off the New Jersey coast. Again, this could be a sizable rainfall of maybe an inch or so. That's going to pull out. And then we have another storm that's coming up through the northern plains. You see it there. And that's swinging an arm around of potential severe weather across the south and southeast. And this could bring some showers and thunderstorms here. Looks like Thursday would be the day for that. And then that's going to lift on out, and it's going to turn colder, but not necessarily drier right away at the end of next week, because we're going to have a big, deep upper trough in the eastern part of the United States. It's going to keep things rather cold and unstable aloft, which means we'll probably still have the chance for showers around on Friday and maybe again into next Saturday before we finally see enough dry air and improvement next Sunday. So kind of a busy weather week ahead, and of course we're going to stay on top of the severe weather risks as they develop over the next several days or more. Pretty much the same areas that got hit last time around, the last two times around, are going to get hit with severe weather again. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. 631-756-1125 is the phone number. And the website is omnitruevalue.com. So while it's gorgeous today in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic states, enjoy your day. The Joe and Joe Weather Show will be back tomorrow morning, Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and we hope to see you then.